Ani, greetings, Bonjour, Kwekwe, Tansi, Scano, it's Catherine and Brian from Moonstarlodge in South Central Ontario on Georgian Bay. And it's the week of what, Brian?
29th to August 4th.
29th of July to August 4th. And in this time we have midsummer, or Lammas, and that usually occurs August 1st and 2nd, so it's the midpoint of summer. It's hard to believe. It seems like last week was summer solstice. So I'm using the decks last week, and to save some time, you can review those as discussed in last week's video, or there's always a picture posted with every reading so you can see at least the covers of the decks. Highly spiritual decks, incorporating some new ones to me, and I'm feeding off the theme from last week and looking at this with some interesting, how can I put it? I'm finding how they mesh together, and I'm a little overwhelmed. Sometimes these readings hit home to me really hard, and with Brian going off for surgery, I can see where in this week, it's just a couple of days before his surgery when this reading ends, and so I can see how it applies to what we're going through right now. Anyway, let's go to the cards there, Brian. Here we are with the Fool, the new journey that was prognosticated last week in our reading. And so this is not just any old journey. This isn't going into town to go grocery shopping. This is a life journey. It's the beginning and the end of the major arcana. It's the numberless beginning, because we can begin any time in this series of 22 cards. So this new beginning is clarified by the Lammas card of Coneflower. It's a number 9 card, and I consider that significant. Draw strength from within and protect yourself fiercely. It's time to reclaim your power. So we are protecting our journey. We are putting on the blinders, not letting outsiders influence us or distract us from the journey. We are moving forward. And it goes from this stance to a very different stance, and this is the 9 of Cups. This is feeling the gratitude for everything we've acquired. Emotionally, it's a very good, happy feeling. There's lots to be joyful about. We've got all that we need emotionally on this day to move forward. And it's clarified by the Spirit card, the Spirit Helpers card. Be calm and keep going. Keep going on the journey. Don't get too self-absorbed. And the other thing that could happen is the 10 of Swords, the complete intellectual collapse. This is emotional joy, and this is intellectual collapse, knowing that the end of some other old cycle. So the realization that the cycle before this new beginning is done. It's done, it's done. We can't crawl back and go there anymore. It is done. So how do we keep from stalling our movement forward in this place? We're being helped by the energy of the Page of Swords. We had the Page of Swords. No, we didn't. We had the Page of Wands last week. The Page of Swords is about looking at something from a new perspective with the energy and as if you're seeing something for the first time. There's an energy and a lot of communication, a lot of verbal communication, written communication. It's about putting out feelers in the universe, but it's bringing a definite clarity here that's going to pull us out of any feelings of wanting to go back the way things were. We're having a tower moment. Tower is sadly seen as a really bad experience, but it isn't. The original meaning was source, creator, spirit, God, whatever, in a heartbeat with the flash of the lightning, breaking the energies that have held us in bondage, releasing us from bondage. And I think that that's very helpful here. Spirit is going to intercede and release us from this place of feeling like we have to go back. The energy will also help, the energy of the Page of Swords. But the Oracle card that clarifies the Tower is called Oracle. And it is sacred living, spirit speaking, and intervention. Well, that's exactly what this is, intervention. So ritualizing and going within and being contemplative is called for here, just to make sure, you know, the pendulum hasn't swung too far. This is the pendulum at one extreme, and this is the pendulum at the other extreme. So the Tower card is going to ensure, along with our ability to connect with our guides and teachers, and take some time in contemplation, that everything will be fine. In steps the Emperor. This is Emperor energy. Looking very much here like a pharaoh. And it's the light of the solar plexus comes in here. There's a sense of making things right. Whoever this is in spirit, if this is a spirit guide or whatever attribute we have in ourselves, completely changes the teeter-totter going on here. The clarifying card is the Mirror card from the Mirror Oracle. That is both the back and the front on this card. So it's telling us that we need to look within ourselves to find the power of what is right, the law. The Emperor is about progress for everyone, looking after society, making sure that everybody is progressing and getting what they need. So there is definitely a balancing going on here, and as always, it starts within. The Six of Wands here. This is a very successful public accolade card. So by just looking back at the Emperor here, this is an energy card. This is a fulfilling the journey. This is being successful on the journey that's starting here. And the clarifier is listen, because we are getting ancestral support. Now, I would say this dove is a spiritual sign, and so we're getting messages. This card is a lot about messages, sending and receiving messages. So this is cool. So is the Oracle. And we come with the end of the week to the Four of Earth, or the Four of Pentacles, and it's a darkness. It's as if it's in the night, but there is an angel guardian. One of the things we have to be careful of is going into scarcity thinking. If you think of the Rider-Waite card, where the dude is sitting and he's got a pentacle on his head and he's holding one clutched in his arms, and his 2 feet are firmly on top of coins. He's holding on, he's not letting go. The problem with scarcity thinking is what you are afraid of, you draw to you, but also, and that's something I had to heal from a lifetime of deprivation. The other thing is the energy. If you're holding on to resources that aren't moving, it becomes like a quagmire, or the La Brea tar pits. Doesn't matter how much energy the dinosaur had, if it fell into the La Brea tar pits, it was dying, it was stuck. So we need to make sure our resources are ebbing and flowing and going. And Spirit is telling us that we can do that, because that's exactly what the success of this card says. So this is an interesting message. And how do we move out of scarcity thinking, and how do we stop the flow of energy from moving forward, is this beautiful card. One thing at a time. Focus on a single purpose. We don't have to do everything all at once. So once again, I feel like this is a really personal reading for me, if I dare to be that open with my audience. This is very much a personal reading, because I'm endeavoring into new domains and getting back into my quilting and doing introspective things, but trying to recharge my creativity well, if I can put it that way. The depth of that well was pretty stripped away, so I can get into finishing my decks. You got to have creativity flowing. So I think this feels very personal to me, but it really is a collective reading, so we need to be aware of that. So thank you for your kind messages of support for Brian as we move through this process. By all means, in the if you click on the heading for the video, you get all the information on the decks, the authors and the names, and how to support us with coffee if you are willing to do so, to like and subscribe and all those good things. So by all means, if you want to have a private reading, just let me know. I will be doing that online during Brian's healing time. Anyway, miigwech. Aho.